What is up, Vagabonds? I'm SquishyJoshy, and today we're going to be reacting to a song recommended by one of my mates, Sammy. Shout out to Sammy. It is a song called Haste Dekho by a Bangladeshi artist called AYUB BACHCHU. I hope I said that right. Now, according to this video, it's a 6-minute long song. I don't know if it's exactly a music video. We're going to have to find out. If not, we're just going to try and listen to the song and see what we get from it. We've never really reacted to artists on that side of the world before, so this is going to be very new for us. But I hear this is in the rock genre, which should be very pleasing to our ears. So without further ado, let's check out this song, Haste Dekho.
হাসতে দেখো গাইতে দেখো অনেক কথা মুখর আমার দেখো দেখো না কেউ হাসি শেষে নীরবতা হাসতে দেখো গাইতে দেখো অনেক কথা মুখর আমার দেখো দেখো না কেউ হাসি শেষে নীরবতা বোঝে না কেউ তো চিহ্ন না বোঝে না আমার কি।
I'm going to pause it there, 1 minute in. So I'm going to try and talk about what I think, in the first minute or so that we've reacted to it. There is something familiar about this song. Okay, I can't quite put my finger on it, but the chorus kind of reminded me of Muse's earlier stuff, especially the way that the chords sort of flowed into each other.
But you could rise up like a god.
The verses, however, and the sort of instrumental parts do feel more classic rock, do feel more like they could be inspired by potentially Pink Floyd or Queen. There's that very sort of vintage vibe to the verses and the instrumentals. Now, I really did like the sort of bass fills that were going on there. Really cool stuff. Those bass fills really do remind me of like Pink Floyd and Queen and any of those sort of artists that were sort of between the 60s to 80s period. And it does feel like a very sort of ballad style song. Going into the chorus as well is kind of like this explosion of, there was this build up at the start, and then when we get to the chorus, it just kind of like lifts you up into this new territory, which is just a great sort of contrast between the two main sections of the song. I really like that. So far, really enjoying what I'm hearing. I wasn't sure what to expect. I wasn't sure if we were going down like metal territory or if we were going to be more on the like pop punkish sort of vibe. But this is definitely more of like the old school kind of classic rock, which I like. I like that sort of stuff. I'm inspired by all kinds of different rock music, progressive rock, pop punk, you name it. I've probably listened to most styles and iterations of rock. The drums are kind of simple, laid back. I love the build-ups, great little like sort of noodling parts on the guitar, and the bass fills, of course, just gel everything together. Let's get back into it because there is another 5 minutes of song to react to. I like that. Ooh. Here we go. Okay. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. That was fantastic. That was such a tasteful solo, very early on in the song as well. If you think of songs like Hotel California, for example, you know, one of the best guitar-driven songs of all time, has a lot of similarities with this song as well. Although I suppose Hotel California isn't as ballady, but that solo was really cool to hear. I really like the tasteful note selection in that as well. There is something about it, like, it just seems so classic, you know, like, even though I've never heard this song before, it just seems so classic. It just seems like one of those songs that one of your uncles might be singing on karaoke. And just all the background instrumentation for it as well, like the keys in the background, really nice piano work going on there as well, and some background strings to really drive the emotion behind the song. And then when the guitar comes in, it's just a whole different level. The guitar is speaking its own language, and you know, I'm all for well-written music. This really feels like a great piece of music, and I'm not just saying that because it, you know, sort of tickles all my musical interests, but it really is genuinely a good track, and we're only 2.5 minutes in. One thing I do want to say, you know, coming from my animation and design background, this thing down here is a very After Effects thing. It's like the stock standard audio wave thing. That's kind of funny seeing that. But yeah, really enjoying the song. Again, I'm hearing this sort of mashup of Muse, Queen, Pink Floyd, the Eagles, and sort of having its own spin to it, this sort of foreign flavor to it. That's probably what made him a legendary Bangladeshi artist. So let's dial it back and continue.
আমার সুরের বুকে কান্না লুকিয়ে থাকে আমার চোখে
Love the drums. So
নোনা
chill.
ছবি আঁকে আমার গল্প শুনে হয় আলোকিত উৎসাহ গল্প শেষে আমি আধারের মতো নীরব নিজেকে ঢেলে আমি কত সুখ পেলাম বোঝে না কেউ তো চিনল না বোঝে না আমার কি ব্যথা চেনার মতো কেউ চিনল না এই আমাকে
Another solo.
আমার গানে আঁকা নির্ঘুম অনেক গ্রহ আমায় চেনে জোনাকি চেনে নীরব শহর ডাকার কথা যাদের ডাকেনি কেউ কাছে নিঃসঙ্গ হয়ে আমি উড়েছি মনের আছে আমার মাঝে আমি যেন শুধু লুকাই বোঝে না কেউ তো চিনল না
I love that. That guitar slide into the chorus. I love how they're just throwing random effects in here as well. I'm sure the video editor had a bit of fun with that. There are a couple of other instrumental things that I didn't mention. Earlier on in the song, there was a lot of like choking of the cymbals and the hi-hats, which is really cool. Wondering why in the last minute and a bit they didn't seem to do that as much. So I'm guessing it's for variation, but it does seem like we always have a similar structure in how the song progresses. So it's like verse, and then a bit of a pre-chorus, and then a chorus, and then a solo, and then it kind of repeats, but each time kind of changing slightly. And that's kind of cool. It's almost, in a sense, it's kind of like an old hymn in the way that it sort of repeats, but every time the lyrics are kind of changing, and we have like an instrumental break in between each repetition of the song. So I'm wondering, with the last 2 minutes of the song to go, does it kind of change from that, or does it kind of keep that same vibe going on throughout? All I can say is I genuinely do love the switch between the verse into the chorus. It's something I think I do a lot in my own music, kind of going from that sort of minor feel into the major. So it's like the major third word or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure that is the exact explanation of what's going on there. Yeah, because it's like that kind of thing. We're switching in from the minor into the major, or borrowing from the major key, which just works as a great tool to bridge the two sections together, which I really enjoy. I like that. And the solos are great. I am wondering if the solos are slightly different each time, but to me it seems like it's the same solo each time. We shall have to see if that changes, because the end could be like a big outro of some sort, but let's see where it goes from here. I'm excited to see how the song ends, and it's been a great experience reacting to it so far. So yeah, I mean, I'll definitely reach out to my friend Sammy, so shout out again, to see if he has any other sort of recommendations in terms of music like this.
আমার মাঝে আমি যেন শুধু লুকাই, বোঝে না কেউ
love that.
তো চিনল না, খোঁজে না আমার কি ব্যথা, চেনার মতো কেউ চিনল না।
There we go. There's the...
আমাকে হাসতে দেখো, গাইতে দেখো,
Okay, so we're back into another
অনেক
verse.
কথা মুখর আমার দেখো, দেখো না কেউ হাসি শেষে নীরবতা, হাসতে দেখো, গাইতে দেখো, অনেক কথায় মুখর আমার দেখো,
I think it's like verse, pre-chorus.
নীরবতা, বোঝে না কেউ তো চিনল না,
Favorite part right there.
বোঝে না আমার কি ব্যথা, চেনার মতো কেউ চিনল না, এই আমাকে বোঝে না কেউ তো চিনল না,
Oh yeah, nice.
বোঝে না আমার কি ব্যথা, চেনার মতো কেউ চিনল না, এই আমাকে।
Cool, all right. That's a vibe. I rate that. I have one more sort of like final comment for the end part there. So it was like a chorus repeat at the end, and what really stood out to me was the way that I think there was another guitar coming in, or maybe it was just an overdub or whatever you want to call it. During the chorus repeat, we had that secondary guitar come in and kind of do like a harmony, and it was really cool, and it was kind of like at this sort of climax level of the song, and it ended on a great sort of, theatrical note there. So I'm very pleasantly surprised with this song, and thank you so much again for the suggestion. It's definitely going to be interesting to see more songs from that side of the world, but I do have some more things to react to, so thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, please do smash the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. These videos roughly take about 4 hours to film, edit, upload, all of that. So if you guys could, it would mean a lot if you can subscribe to the channel. Anyways, that's going to be it from me today. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.